Hi everyone, so when my hair is like this and it's greasy and frizzy and definitely due a wash, I normally spend the last day before I wash my hair with it tied up in a messy bun. And whenever I film with my hair up, you guys always compliment me on my makeup, and it's becoming a bit of a pattern and I don't think it's a coincidence. When I tie my hair up, because it doesn't look as nice as when it's down, I really try to focus on my makeup and making my skin look flawless, and I normally wear a bright bold lip as well. So I thought for today's video I would show you the sort of makeup I would wear when my hair is tied up. And to mix it up a bit as well, I'm going to be using all new products, so products that I haven't used before in a video, minus kind of a few like concealer and brow products that you may have seen already, but most of them are new to me. So I hope you enjoy this, and the first thing I need to do is tie up my hair. Because I get kind of frizzy curly bits underneath, I tend to kind of twist my hair like that and then just tie it up into a messy bun and use loads of curvy grips to keep all the frizzy bits at bay. So now my hair's up, let's start with the makeup, and the first thing I'm going to use is something I've been using this week and I really quite like. It's not makeup, it's skincare, but it's something I keep by my makeup because it's kind of like the first step before I do my makeup. It's from the Body Shop and it's their eye concentrate, and it's one of those little metal roller balls that's really cooling on the eye area. And I think this makes applying concealer really nice, and I always get puffy eyes in the morning, so this is lovely. You don't even really need to rub it in because it's not much comes out, it's just very cooling. Now I'm going to use the Clinique Even Better foundation, and I'm using the shade 05 Neutral, and this has SPF 15 in it. I've never tried this before, well I've been using it this week, but before then I'd never tried it, and I really quite like it. It's not, I don't know why I just shook it, it's not watery like the Chanel Vitalumi Aqua. It's kind of a bit thicker, but it's just a really nice kind of natural foundation. So I'm going to squeeze a bit out onto my finger and apply it straight onto the face. Has a really nice texture. You could probably apply this with your fingers as well, but today I'm going to use a brush because I recently picked up this Bobbi Brown full coverage face brush, which Anna said was amazing, and I've been looking for a buffing brush type thing. My Real Techniques ones I go through so quickly, so I wanted like a really good quality one. So I've really been enjoying this, and I'm just going to blend it into the skin. It's really quick to do, and as you can see it's nothing too heavy, it's just kind of like skin-like foundation. I really like this brush, and I especially like that it's small, so it's really good for travelling. I hate when the brushes are really long, when they're really hard to take away. So as you can see, the foundation's quite dewy. It definitely looks more shiny on camera because I have the lights on me, but you can powder it down. I personally quite like dewy foundations, so I probably won't powder this. Then for concealer, I'm going to use my usual NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. It's just my favourite, no need to find any others personally. I'm just going to put a bit of that under my eye, around my nose and on my chin. You can use your finger to blend that in, but I like to use the Real Techniques setting brush. I think this is like the perfect size brush for concealer, and I don't see people use it that often, but personally it's my favourite. So I'm just quickly blending that in, and this concealer is really hard to see on the skin once you've blended it in. It's not cakey or drying at all. I usually take a tiny bit onto my eyelid as well because my eyelids can be slightly dark, and this kind of neutralises the colour. It also works a little bit as a primer before eyeshadow. What tends to happen though is I'll get a little line of concealer, so before I do my eyeshadow I always rub it in with my fingers just to make sure there's no concealer left on the lid. I'm now going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow, which is basically a contour kit with a darker contour shade and a highlight. I recently spoke about the Kiko contour palette, I think, which I really love. It's a very good affordable version of this, but they are slightly different. I hadn't tried this yet when I recommended the Kiko one, and this one definitely is much better in the quality of the products, but the Kiko one is great as well. I really like them both. Today I'm going to use this one, and the products are really nice, beautiful formula. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury brush that goes with it that you can buy separately, and I'm going to take a bit of the contour shade and then just use this in the hollows of my cheeks. I'm also going to take this up to the temples and slightly down the jawline. Same on the other side, just in the cheekbones, up to the temples and down the jawline. As you can see, it gives a really nice kind of sculpt to the face, gives it a nice shape, and it's very natural. It has got a bit of shimmer in it, but it's nothing kind of too glittery. The highlighter that comes with it is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to put a little bit of that on the tops of my cheekbones, on both sides. It's such a pretty highlight shade. For blusher, I'm going to use this one from the Balm, which is Frat Boy. I recently got this from Feel Unique, and everyone, when I tweeted about it, everyone said, oh my god, that's my favourite blush ever. This seems to be a very popular one. I really like the little thin packaging. It's very pigmented, you only need a tiny amount. And I'm going to pop that just on the apples of my cheeks very lightly. Because I'm wearing quite a bold lip, I don't want to have too much blush on. Before I do my eyeshadow, I'm just going to quickly fill in my brows using the Anastasia Brow Wiz and the Blink Clear Brow Gel. Just going to brush up all the hairs so I can see the shape. And then fill in the front parts here. And here slightly on the arch is where I'm missing a few hairs. And then setting them in place with a clear brow gel is probably one of the most important steps in my routine because my eyebrows like to move a lot throughout the day. Okay, so for my eyes, I'm going to be using a really new, exciting launch. It's from Urban Decay and it's their Naked 2 Basics palette. When the Naked Basics 1 came out, I wasn't interested at all. 4 of the shades were really, really pale and I just don't really wear pale eyeshadows. But then this one came out and I thought it looked way more up my street. There's a light shimmery highlight shade and then there's these two kind of base colours which are quite light and then a slightly warmer brown, another medium brown and then a darker brown that's really nice for liner. They're all very cool toned, which isn't normally the thing I go for, but because I'm wearing quite a bold lip, I don't personally like to do very heavy eyes and a bold lip at the same time. So this will be just kind of a nice cool wash of colour to go with the bold lip. So I think I'm going to take this kind of warmer brown shade cover all over the lid to start with. The shadows are really pigmented, as always with Urban Decay. I'm always so impressed with the quality of their shadows. Especially as these are all matte shadows, all but one are matte, and matte can be slightly chalky sometimes, but these are really nice. I hardly put any shadow on the brush, so as you can see the colour's really pigmented, which is very impressive. So that's really nice just alone, but I think I'm going to put a little bit of the shade Primal in the outer corners, which is a slightly cooler toned brown. So I'm just going to put this in the crease. And then take a really big fluffy brush and just blend that out so there's no kind of harsh edges. This is quite an important step as well, I always think. I'm also going to take that shade Cover, the kind of slightly warmer brown, underneath the eye, which is something I always do just because I think it suits my eye shape. Anyone who can put eyeshadow under their eye without opening their mouth, I have no idea how you do that. I'm now going to take the darkest shade Undone, which is like a really nice charcoal grey, and the MAC 263 little angled brush, and I'm going to use this as a liner. And I really like how this looks. It's not as harsh as black liquid liner, and it's kind of just a little bit more interesting than brown kohl liner. So I put the pointed part of the brush facing out when I'm doing the outer part of the eye, and then I turn it when I'm doing the inside. And I find that the easiest. So I think that looks really pretty and a bit kind of Victoria Beckham-esque. And then I'm just going to make sure I look down into the mirror, make sure they're even. This one needs slightly more of a flick. That should be alright. Now for mascara, I have 2 new mascaras that I only got today and I have no idea what they're like. They're both from Barry M. One is the Extra Volume Black Mascara Showgirl and the other one is Extra Lengthening Black Mascara Showgirl. So one of them is like a big kind of fibre fluffy brush and one's one of those smaller kind of more plasticky ones. I don't know what to use. Do I want length or volume today? I think I'm going to go for the length one. Let's give it a go and see what it's like. It's quite nice, but this is quite natural as well. Maybe I'll try the other one on the other lashes and see how they compare. It grips the lashes nicely, but it is quite a natural finish. Let's try the other one. So this one's a much bigger, fluffier brush. I think this one's slightly messier, but I kind of prefer the finished look. I'm going to go over these ones again. Both these mascaras are quite nice though for like an everyday lash look. I haven't tried Barry M mascaras before and yeah, I'm kind of impressed with these. They're not amazing, but they're definitely not terrible. So now for the best part, the lipstick, and I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick from her Matte Revolution line, and this is a whole new range of matte lipsticks that she's released. The thing with matte lipsticks is matte basically just means non-shimmery, non-glittery, no sheen. It doesn't have to mean drying, and I think that's what she's kind of touched upon. She's made matte lipsticks that are creamy and hydrating and easy to apply and easy to wear. So it's perfect if you're usually put off matte lipsticks. These are really nice to put on. This one is in Lost Cherry, which is a really nice kind of bright pink. It's like a pinky red. It's not something I'd usually go for. It's kind of corally, but seeing as I'm doing the whole cool toned eye thing and trying some different stuff today, why not? I'm going to apply it straight from the bullet first. She's got this really nice kind of square shaped bullet, but then I might use a lip brush as well just for the top of my Cupid's bow. It doesn't drag the lip at all when you apply it. It's so creamy. I think I'm going to use a lip brush. I've got the Real Techniques lip brush here, which is really good. It has this little like retractable thing. When you use a lip brush with a lipstick, all you have to do is just swipe it on the bullet and then just go for it. It's really easy. And then when I do my top lip, I like to rest my little finger on my chin to keep my hand steady. And then just apply. There you go, I think that's a really pretty lipstick colour. It's kind of like a bright pinky coral. So that's the finished look, my hair up makeup tutorial. I like glowy skin, bronzer, highlighter, lips, eyeshadow. I do it all because then you are distracted and not looking at the greasy ball on the top of my head. Let me know if you found this interesting or if you discovered any new products. I know I did. I really like some of these products that I used. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!